Hello, it is Social Media Saturday, April 24th, 2021. Steve Sipress here. Another beautiful sunset taking place behind me. And as usual, the iPhone camera does not catch the beauty of all the great colors going on there. But anyway, so you might have heard the news a couple of days ago, the old Parler app. Remember that? Back just before the election when all of the tech companies were conspiring to do anything they could to get Obama back in power and get rid of Trump out of office. And they Apple took the Parler app, where a lot of conservatives go because it actually allows free speech, doesn't have all the censorship of the Facebook and Twitter BS. And they took it off the App Store, and Amazon took it off their servers. It's hard to remember. It was only a few months ago. But, man, these tech companies, I mean, they censored legitimate news stories from legitimate newspapers and TV stations and suppressed all kinds of truth and misled, had all kinds of misleading headlines. And, Google manipulated its search engines. I mean, it's only been a few months. We already forget the amazing extent that the anti-Trump tech giants went to throw the election against Trump, and they succeeded. They won. But now Parler, the news came a couple of days ago, Parler expects to be back up on the App Store for download in the next week or two. They have to make some adjustments to the Apple version of the app that will not allow certain kinds of speech. I think things about like people's immutable characteristics, like their skin color or their race or whatever, ridiculous. But I think after weeks or months of going back and forth, Parler finally gave in and said, okay, you're being ridiculous. How stupid. But okay, we won't allow ye-high idiots to say stupid things, even though, of course, this is America and there's free speech. I mean, can you say it on a phone? Then why can't you say it on an app? What's the difference? But anyway, however, interestingly enough, they say that their Android version will not have this change. So you can still have actual free speech on the Android version of the app. And that does not have to go up and comply with any Google BS. It's been thrown off the Google Play Store. They're going to keep it off of there because they say you can download the Android version from Parler.com or Parlay.com, as it was meant to be pronounced. Some kind of the French word for speech, speaking, or whatever, parlay. But people, of course, here in America, we just pronounce it as Parler. No, this parlay stuff. We don't do any fancy nonsense like that. We just say Parler. So it's Parler. Even saw something online with the new CEO or the interim CEO or whatever of Parler. Even he called it Parler, so it's hilarious. But anyway, Parler back up on the App Store. It's good news, bad news. It means they had to give in to censorship by the big tech company. Until we'll see if Congress ever does anything and comes along and smashes them for their censorship and their bias and their BS. Till then, that's the business lesson. Parler just kind of gave in to get along, to get going, to get back up on the App Store. They made a significant change, but whatever. In the grand scheme of things, compared to not being on there at all, I guess it's a minor change. They weighed the difference. You do the same thing in your business. Anytime there is a rule to do business with some person, some thing, some whatever, you decide. Is it worth it or is it not? And if, a certain supplier or a certain customer or a certain client or a certain employee or a certain anybody has certain rules for how you deal with them, you decide. Is it worth following those rules, doing something you don't really want to do to have that relationship? Then you do it. And if it isn't, you say, go screw. In this case, Parler said go screw to Google. We're not changing our Android version of our app. That's available for download at Parler.com. So screw you, Google. But we'll comply with Apple because we want it to be on the App Store. So we'll see. Maybe in the future they'll take it off the App Store and restore it to full free speech. I say full free speech, but legal free speech is the word. You can't, anything that's legal. You know, if you illegally, I guess, whatever. All the stuff going on the southern border in the U.S., drug trafficking, child trafficking, pedophilia, that kind of stuff, violence, actual inciting to violence. Nothing that Trump did or Maxine Waters did or any of that BS. They're just blowhard politicians being blowhards. Actual illegal incitement to violence and that kind of stuff, not going to be allowed. But anyway, check it out if you want. Parler.com, back on the App Store. Is it a win-win? Trying to think who wins. I mean, Apple gets their way. They're making Parler make this, censor a little bit of content on their app. Parler wins because they get back up on the App Store. As Stephen Covey said in the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, think win-win. Both sides gave in a little bit. Both sides win, get what they want. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, has been saying he wants Parler back up on the App Store. He just wants them to comply and do it his way. And Parler obviously wanted to be back on the App Store, so they complied. So win-win. And that'll do it for Social Media Saturday. Hopefully you won as well, being here with me today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll check in as always tomorrow on Sunday Fun Day, and I'll be back with more business building tips on Direct Mail Monday. Catch you then. Over and out. As the flag behind me, matched by the flag on my shirt, the Arizona Diamondbacks U.S. flag on the flagpole kind of thing. Very cool. Dueling flags. Catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.